Welcome to the positioning video, and it is a part of marketing strategy. Positioning is an extremely important concept and an action that companies undertake. Basically, your product or service will either make it or break it in the market. This is the factor really which decides whether it will succeed or fail. Positioning in practice deals more with branding decisions. There will be many more videos around positioning because it is a very important concept and there is simply so much to learn. So this video serves as an introduction. It explains what positioning is, provides key principles, and towards the end we will speak about why should we position and what happens if we don't. I have introduced you previously to the process of segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So once we have segmented the market, we grouped customers with similar needs, wants, desires. Then we decided which market segment or segments we will pursue. And now we are dealing with positioning decisions. How we will position our brand, our products or services in the mind of the consumer. So let's now delve deeper into what positioning is. Positioning answers the question, how will we serve our customers? A company must now decide on value proposition. How will it create differentiated value for targeted segments and what positions it wants to occupy in those segments? You might heard me mention value proposition briefly now, and there will be separate recording on this because it's another very important and related concept to positioning. A product's position is a way a product is defined by consumers on important attributes. It's the place a product occupies in consumers' mind, always in relation to competition. Here is a more formal definition of positioning, which is act of designing the company's offer and image so that it occupies a distinct and valued place in the target consumer's mind. So positioning means finding the proper location in the minds of consumers so that they think about the product or service or brand in the right and desired way to maximize potential benefit for a company. Good positioning will help guide marketing strategy by clarifying what the brand or product or service is all about, how it is unique, and how it is similar to competitive brands, and importantly, why customers should purchase it. You might wonder at this stage, so what exactly it means to occupy a distinct place in the mind? Is it about remembering? Well, it's much more than making people remember your brand, your product, or your service. Consumers should also have favorable beliefs and emotions about the brand or product or service, and more positive than the feelings about competitor brands. Basically, the more a brand dominates the competition for the consumer's positive beliefs and emotions, the more likely is that customers will see the brand as a means to reducing functional and psychological risk and as a means for self-expression. But we will discuss this in other videos. This is why good positioning emphasizes attributes where the brand has relative advantages. Just to make sure that I present to you a more objective view of positioning, I would like to propose several more definitions of brand positioning, just to see how other authors define it. So you can see A. Rice and Jack Trout say that positioning is not what you do to a product. Positioning is what you do to the mind of a prospect. So this is really quite symbolic, abstract, and psychological, if you can. It's dealing with the mind of a customer. Also, Jilly Avery and Sunil Gupta from Harvard Business School, they say a brand's position represents its location vis-a-vis competitors in the mental maps that consumers construct to represent the range of possible solutions for their problems. So basically, it talks about the mental maps, again, something that happens in consumer's mind, and also emphasizes important aspect that it's always in relation to competitors. It says it's vis-a-vis competitors. And Harry Beckwith says positioning is a cold-hearted, no-nonsense statement of how you are perceived in the minds of the consumers. So again, it's dealing with the minds of the consumers. Positioning in general is the act of linking a company's product or service to the solutions that consumers seek, ensuring that when they think about their needs, the company's brand is one of the first that comes or pops up in consumers' mind. Effective positioning ensures that the company's brand occupies a meaningful and distinctive place in the target consumer's mind relative to competition. So as you can see, we have lots of different definitions, but the key points are very clear. It's dealing with the mind of consumer. It's making sure that they think about the brand when they consider, say, buying a bag. So if I'm working for Prada, I want to make sure that this pops up as consumer's choice. Top 3 or top number 1 is better. Also that they think it in a favorable way and they see something better about our brand in relation to competitors. And finally, now that we talked about what positioning is, why should we bother with positioning? Well, the truth is that even if you don't, consumers will. So if you as a company or marketeers or branding managers working for that company don't do anything or much about positioning, consumers will still have to do something. Why? Because consumers are overloaded with information about products. They can no longer evaluate the products every time they make a purchasing decision. This morning I went onto Tesco's website and I entered into the search rice. And guess what? 203 different options of rice came back in my research. So how do we as consumers make those choices? Now, if you want to buy something as laptop, you might think, well, surely there are fewer brands of laptop than rice. So I went onto Wikipedia to consult something as an academic you never suggest students to do, but never mind. So they listed 6 major brands for competitors such as Lenovo, Dell, HP, Apple, Acer, and Asus. But they also mentioned other brands, 75 other brands I counted today. So can you imagine? If you're making a choice and you say as customer you want to make a more rational choice, you have over 80 computer brands to choose from. How do you even do that? So we as consumers are overloaded with information, and as a marketeer you should help consumers make better choices. So consumers would have to organize products and companies into categories and position in their minds. So to simplify the buying process, consumers will have to work with this organization and categorization of the product. A product's position is the complex set of perceptions, impressions, and feelings that consumers have of the product compared with competing brands. And consumers position products with or without the help of marketeers. But obviously, marketeers do not want to leave a product position to chance. They must plan position so that it gives their products or services greatest advantage in selected target markets. And they must design marketing mixes to create these planned solutions. So positioning is a crucial concept of marketing strategy. And as I said, actually, like if you look at the branding or brand management as a separate area of marketing that primarily deals with positioning. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please hit the like button and also subscribe so you never miss any content released from me. Thank you very much again.